Hello guys! Today I have some hint to improve your think How to Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Part 11. The Subconscious Mind, the 11th Step to Riches. The subconscious mind is the intermediary, which translates one's prayers into terms which infinite intelligence can recognize, presents the message, and brings back the answer in the form of a definite plan or idea for procuring the object of the prayer. The Blueprint for Riches. Thoughts are truly things, for the reason that every material thing begins in the form of thought energy. The subconscious is the intermediary between infinite intelligence and the mind of a human being. By virtue of its connection with infinite intelligence, the subconscious is able to translate desires into their physical equivalents. It works continuously, day and night, filing the sensory impressions and thought impulses it receives, either passively from the environment or voluntarily from the conscious mind, and seeking out plans to manifest one's dominating thoughts. The four major sources of thought impulses are as follows. Infinite intelligence, one's own subconscious mind, the mind of someone else who has released a conscious thought, another person's subconscious mind. Recall that the subconscious mind does not discriminate between positive and negative thoughts. It will latch onto whatever thoughts are most prominent in one's mind, especially those that have been emotionalized. The dominating thoughts in one's mind serve as a blueprint for the subconscious to fashion the material equivalent of those thought impulses. But the subconscious does not need intentional thought impulses to create plans toward a particular end. If you neglect to regulate the thoughts you allow past the barrier of conscious thought and permit destructive thoughts to penetrate your subconscious, your subconscious mind will act on whatever thoughts take hold as a result of your idleness. Thought impulses plus emotion equal action. Positive and negative emotions cannot occupy the mind at the same time. Not only does the subconscious mind work first on one's dominating thoughts, it also works primarily on desires that have been saturated with emotion. Emotions are like that yeast that makes thought impulses active instead of passive. When mixed with positive emotions, the imagination works in conjunction with the subconscious mind to produce definite plans for materializing one's desire. For a reminder of how this process works, reread the sections on the subconscious mind in the chapters on desire, faith, and imagination, parts 1, 2, and 5. Recall from part 2 that the three strongest positive emotions that support desire are faith, love, and sex. Hill expands this list to include desire, faith, love, sex, enthusiasm, romance, hope. Whereas positive emotions must be injected in the subconscious through the principle of autosuggestion, negative emotions require no support for them to take hold. They will readily infiltrate thought impulses, especially when people do not actively manage the messaging that their subconscious receives. The 7 major negative emotions are as follows: fear, jealousy, hatred, revenge, greed, superstition, anger. The key is to make a habit out of applying positive emotions to one's thoughts so that they are more abundant, leaving little room for negative emotions to enter one's mind. As the beginning of the section tells us, it's impossible for both negative and positive emotions to coexist simultaneously in the mind. All 13 success principles are necessary to influence the subconscious mind. After reading this book in its entirety, you must coordinate your efforts in the application of the principles so that you can leverage the power of the subconscious mind to generate definite plans and inspire action on them. The science of prayer. Faith and fear make poor bedfellows. The process of using autosuggestion to send requests to your subconscious and from there on to infinite intelligence is essentially prayer. It is in the subconscious that thought impulses are transformed so that they are particularly receptive to infinite intelligence, which will share its power by providing inspiration through the organization of knowledge and generating concrete plans for how an individual can best attain their desire. The key ingredient in the science of prayer is faith. When thought impulses are emotionalized by faith, the original thought vibration becomes a spiritual vibration, one that attracts success. Action item: the habit of emotion. Spend 5 minutes reflecting on your definite chief aim and any current plans you have for achieving it. Attend to any negative emotions that permeate your thinking, naming and recording them on a piece of paper, your phone, or another writing device. Can you distinguish between negative emotions that you have actively cultivated around your desire and ones that are passively entering your thought process? Apply a positive emotion to every thought impulse that is produced or was accompanied by a negative emotion. Using a list of positive emotions that will replace the negative ones, rehearse your statement of purpose, the efficacy of your practical plans, and the likelihood you'll attain what's already due to you. Do this until you can reflect on chief desire without any negative emotions entering your mind.
Thanks, you guys, for pay attention. Please support me by like and subscribe. Good luck!